happiest person I have ever met in my life. And I'm a modest guy, so. No, seriously, my life is usually bubbling with joy and happiness. In spite of the fact that I've had some really huge setbacks in life. I come from a small village in Kerala, studied in a Malayalam medium government school where the pass percentage was less than 20%. But I managed to get into IIT Madras with a All India JEE rank very close to 100. And from there, I completed my MBA from XLRI after that. And my life really took off like a rocket. At the age of 34, I became the youngest chief operating officer in India's telecom industry. And went on to become director in HP and Dell. But the height of my career, height of my success, when I had the eyes set for a very ambitious life ahead of me, I was stricken down by a very, very crippling paralysis. And within 3 days, I was completely immobilized. I was unable to lift my hands or my legs even 1 centimeter. I couldn't keep my eyelids open. I couldn't speak. And that's when I was diagnosed with this autoimmune condition. So my own immune system was killing my nerves of my hands and legs. The normal medications did not work. And finally, I had to search for myself what are the possible alternate medications. And it took me to the US for a clinical trial, an experimental treatment, which rebooted my body. And at the height of all this, while I was struggling with this entire debilitating disorder, I was also sacked from my corporate job. And finally, the treatment seemed to have worked a little bit, and I had to rebuild my body painstakingly over about 6 months. And it gave me an opportunity to sit back and figure out how I can restart my life. I was 43, and I was on ground zero. And there, I decided that I'm going to completely reinvent my life, focusing on the strengths that I have and the passion that I have, which is writing. I wrote my first book from there, became a bestseller. Today I've written 3 best-selling books. The last one, as she said, is a parenting book. It's about ensuring that parents are able to bring up children to become extremely positive individuals who can take any downturn in their stride and be really successful in life. And my definition of success is to be happy through the journey of life. And so I managed to sort of turn around all the setbacks that have been thrown at me and convert them into catapults for success. So I've said a lot of great things about myself, right? Sorry, yeah. If I have to talk about all the bad things, it would take 2 hours. So I'll stick to this part. Anyway, the point is, I was able to actually convert the hand which was dealt to me into something of a great game. And I cannot take an iota of credit for having done this. I owe it completely to my parents, who went about building our qualities from early childhood in a very painstaking fashion. They deliberately instilled specific qualities in us as children from the time we were born, through very specific actions. And that's what I want to talk about. What are these actions that you can take which can bring up your children to have the qualities required which you can dream of today, right? How do you make them adults who are great? Obviously, I cannot give you all that gyan today because Zavir will throw me out. But I'm going to give you 4 tips which all of you can do. The first one is to do something every day which is extremely important for the confidence and the character of your children when they grow up. Can you guess what it is? Every day you have to do this several times. Any guesses? Come on. It's a very easy thing to do. You got to hug them every day multiple times. And there is a very powerful reason why you should hug them. The hug is a confidence that you're giving to your children, that they are in a safe haven at home, that you're engulfing them with your love. And this is a place where they can make mistakes, they'll be loved no matter what. And that confidence which you can give them at that early age, will not only give them tremendous self-confidence in life later on, it will reduce their stress levels. There is actual research which has shown us that both their emotional and social intelligence will substantially go up as they grow up to be adults who are hugged a lot. And not only that, it enhances their immune system so that they become less amenable or less, they are in less danger of any kind of infections. And their IQ actually improves if you hug them regularly. So, number one, hug your children multiple times a day, tell them how much you love them. However much you over-communicate, this doesn't matter. Number two, and this is something which I'm sure all of you know, but most of you might be succumbing to the temptation a little bit or the other. Make sure you don't give them screen time, at least till the age of 8. Make it 0 screen time for them, please. The effect of screen time on children's brains has been studied extensively, and we know that it actually rewires their brain. It leads to poor concentration, lack of focus, ADHD, all kinds of things. Poor social skills. Please ensure that at least in early childhood, you do not get them addicted to this. And if you have the habit of using that as a tool to force feed them during meal times, please, please, please desist. It is a dangerous thing that you're getting into and getting them addicted to. It's not worth it. So what do you do instead? This is one of the most powerful things you can do is tell them lots of stories. And spend at least half an hour a day telling them stories. Why are stories important? Because stories not only give them wider perspective, it increases your bonding with them, it enhances their communication skills, it enhances their language skills and their ability to catch expressions, their ability to connect to the society at large. It can enhance their imagination and creativity and overall make them better human beings when they grow up. And last but not the least, remember that your children are constantly observing you. Every single action that you take is being watched, it's being observed and absorbed. And that is what they will grow up to be, whatever they see. So be the adult that you want your children to be. So with that clearly in mind, then every single behavior of yours should be governed, knowing that the most important people in your universe are judging you every day and absorbing from you every day. It is very important for you to look at parenting as an activity that you engage in, knowing exactly what you want to get as an output, a final result. Obviously, you cannot dictate how every child is going to grow up, but what you can do is you can lay very strong foundations of qualities, which will then ensure that irrespective of what they go through in life, they will be able to find their balance and find their happiness in life. So you hold the future, not only that of your child, but of the whole world in your hands. Because when you bring up children to be happy, authentic, resilient, positive, and socially conscious, sharp kids, you're able to make the world a far better place. Wish you all the very best. Thank you so much.